Turn down the sound. Now, Boston Red Sox baseball, 1946. A beautiful Tuesday, May 7th. We're with you today for the Boston Red Sox and the St. Louis Browns from beautiful Fenway Park, 68 degrees. No wind whatsoever, clear skies as we get ready for baseball. The Red Sox are, I can show you. We're off like a thundering herd of turtles in this one. The Red Sox are 14-7, 6-4 in the last 10. They've won 2 straight. They played the St. Louis Browns, who are 9-11, losers of their last 2. A doubleheader on Sunday, as a matter of fact, against these Red Sox, and have won 3 out of their last 10. They are 4.5 games behind the Sox, who are a half game in front of the New York Yankees. In case you're wondering, we will go to Yankee Stadium on Friday afternoon for our first look at the Bombers in this series. In the National League, surprise, surprise, the Cubs are in first at 13-6. Brooklyn and St. Louis are second and third. And the Boston Braves, if you're wondering, are 10-10, losers of 5 straight. We get a treat anytime the ace comes on the mound for our internet games. Tex Houston 3-1 on the year with a 2.74 ERA. 42 innings, 37 hits. He's allowed 2 home runs. He has walked 8 and struck out 32. And this will be the lineup that Tex will be facing this afternoon. Johnny Berardino leading off and playing second for the Brownies. Grace in left field. He's a left-handed hitter. He bats second. Lucadello, I think it's Johnny Lucadello, will bat third and play third. Ed Judnich is the center fielder. He bats fourth. Pat McQuillan, the left fielder, bats fifth. Crispin, the shortstop, bats sixth. Vern Stevens will bat seventh and play first base. He becomes a Red Sox. Not in 46, he doesn't, but he's a Red Sox in the future. Ed Mancuso, I believe, is the catcher, and he'll bat eighth. And Jack Kramer, who became a relief pitcher for the Red Sox, we'll see him later on in the 1940s, is on the mound. Defensively for Boston, Ted Williams in left, Don DiMaggio in center, and Catfish Mekovich in right. DiMaggio sitting on a 17-game hitting streak. Around the infield, it's Eddie Pellegrini at third, Johnny Pesky at short, Bobby Doerr at second, Rudy York at first, with Hal Wagner behind the plate. Doerr, the better defender. Make sure I did that right. So Houston's ready, Bernardino is ready, Johnny at 250, 3 homers and 10 RBI for the Browns, who are in Gray's uniforms with brown buttons in the middle, with Browns written kind of an orange across the chest, with a brown-billed gray hat with an orange STL. That's their uniforms. And the Red Sox in their home whites with the B on the blue cap. Try to start the game with it. Houston's ready, and Berardino grounds one to third. Pellegrini charges, throws it over to York. Not in time. Infield hit for Berardino. So here's Joe Grace at 259, no homers and 7 RBI. I wonder why I couldn't remember him. He only had 161 at-bats in the real year. Houston delivers, and that's a ground ball, third base side, base hit. So 2 up and 2 on for the Browns. Here's Johnny Lucadello. Johnny 3 for 14, 214 on the season, a homer and 2 RBI. Houston delivers, and there's a fly ball into left center. That's going to drop. Berardino rounds third. DiMaggio will have it. Everyone holds up. And so the Browns have faced 6 Houston pitches and have turned 3 of them into hits. Here's Wally Judnick. I said Ed, but it's Wally. At 192, a homer and 7 RBI. So the Red Sox are in trouble here right from the get-go. Here's the pitch. Here's strike 3, and 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for the first out. So 1 out for Glenn McMillan. I guess wrong on most of these names. Glenn is at 188, no homers and 3 RBI. Houston delivers. There's a ground ball right back to Tex. And they're going to go for 2 here. Over to second for 1. Over to York. They turn it. And so the Red Sox get out of the inning unscathed. So it's a 1-6-3 double play, but the Browns get 3 hits. They string 2 after 1/2 of 1 inning. It's no score. So Catfish Bekovich will lead off for the Red Sox. Johnny Pesky will bat second. Ted Williams will bat third and left. Bobby Doerr will clean up at second. Rudy York at first will bat fifth. Don DiMaggio, as we said, with a big hitting streak, will bat sixth. Al Wagner, the catcher, bats seventh. Eddie Pellegrini, the third baseman, bats eighth, and Tex Houston will bat ninth. Defensively, for Jack Kramer and the Browns, it's McQuillan in left. Judnick in center. He's the better defender of the 3. And Grace in right. Around the infield, Lucadello at third. Chrisman at short. Berardino at second. And Kurt Stevens at first. He's the best defender. Mancuso, the catcher. A good arm, but below average range. Kramer is 3-0 on the year, believe it or not. The Browns are 9-11 on the season. Kramer is a 1.42 ERA in 25 innings, 20 hits allowed, walked 9, and struck out 6. So Mekovich at 3.52 is probably why he's leading off, with a homer and 13 RBI. And he lines out one to Stevens at first for the first out. Johnny Pesky, the batter. Johnny at 3.33, no homers, 10 RBI. It's that one on the ground, third base side. That's a base hit. McQuillan will throw it in, but Pesky's on with a single. And that brings up Ted Williams, who is at 256. He's still slumping. 4 homers and 16 RBI, but has drawn 24 walks. This is the Red Sox 22nd game. Pitch to Ted. Ball 4. Does what he does best, so it's first and second. 1 out for Bobby Doerr, who's at 3.13 now. 2 homers and 15 RBI. Kramer delivers, and there's a fly ball right center. Judnick and Grace go back. Then it will get into the triangle. That's extra bases. Pesky scores. Williams will round third and score. The throw goes into second. Doerr has 2 RBIs on the double. 2-0 Boston. That brings up Rudy York. 291, 3 homers, 19 RBI. So Kramer on the wrong side of a 2-0 score here in the first. Pitch to York. Ground ball, base hit left side. Doerr rounds third. He will hold there at third, and York will have a single. 65% chance to throw, but when you're beating up on Kramer like this, why bother to take a risk, especially when you have the red-hot Don DiMaggio? As we said, a 17-game hitting streak. He had 394, 26 for 66 on the year, with 9 RBI. Has a chance for at least 1 here, regardless, with Doerr on third. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball to center. Judnick goes back to the warning track. He'll make the catch. Doerr will tag up at third and score without a throw. So it's a sac fly for DiMaggio in and at bat. So 3-0 Boston with 2 outs here in the first. Here's Hal Wagner. Hal at 271, 3 homers and 14 RBI. Kramer delivers, and there's ball 4. So runners on first and second as the Red Sox send Eddie Pellegrini to the plate. Eddie will be the 8th batter of the inning. At 217, 5 home runs. He had 2 in real life and 11 RBI. That's pretty productive. Kramer delivers, and there's a ground ball base hit left side. York will hold it. No, he will score. Throw goes into second. And so the Red Sox are up 4-0. Here's Houston. Texas at 143, 2 for 14 with 2 RBI. So Wagner on second, Pellegrini on first. Pitch to Houston is a grounder to third. Lucadello comes in. His throw is to first. And that will retire the side, not before the Red Sox score 4 on 4 hits and no errors. After 1, Boston 4, St. Louis nothing. So Mark Crispin, Stevens and Mancuso here for the Browns in the second. Crispin at .354, homer and 9 RBI. Houston delivers, and it's a pop-up. Third base side. Williams will reach over and make the out. 1 out for Chuck Stevens. Chuck at .298. Good start to him for the year. No homers and 5 RBI. Pitch to Chuck is a line drive, left field, base hit. So Williams will throw that back in the infield. And I knew I would do that. The Browns have their 4th hit. Frank Mancuso. I think I said Gus. It's Frank. At .309, a homer and 7 RBI. Those are his Cypress stats. 1 on, 1 out. Top the second, 4-0 Sox. Mancuso swings and grounds 1 to Dorr. Dorr only throws to first, and that's an out. So 2 out. Stevens goes to second. Here's Jack Kramer. Jack 0 for 9 on the year, a .136 hitter in real life. Houston delivers, runner goes, ground ball to Pesky over to York, and that retires the side. The Browns get another hit, but they do not score. So they leave 1 more, 1.5 in the books. It's 4-0 Boston. So as Catfish Mekovic steps to the plate, Jack Kramer, 36 pitches the first time through in 1 inning. 4 hits, 4 runs, all earned. Walk 2. Let's see if he can settle down for the Browns. Pitch to Bekovic is 0 for 1. Line drive, Crispin has it. Leaps and makes a great play, as a matter of fact. Here's Pesky. Pesky singled and scored in the first. Kramer delivers, and there's a ground ball up the middle. Berardino with a stab. He throws it over for the out. So 2 quick out for Kramer here for Ted Williams. Walked and scored. And that was his 25th walk of the year. His 15th run. Pitch to Ted. Popped up. First base side. Stevens should have it. Grace takes a couple steps in. Stevens goes out and makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 2 in Boston. The Red Sox 4, the Browns nothing. So it'll be Johnny Berardino, top of the lineup here for the Browns to start the third. Houston, 31 pitches for the first 9 batters, 2 innings, 4 hits, no runs, and 1 strikeout. Berardino singled to start the ballgame. Pitch from Houston. There's another little looper into left. So that's a base hit. Berardino is 2 for 2. And Houston has surrendered 5 hits, but no runs. Here's Joe Grace. Joe singled his first time up. Houston's pitch got him. Swung on and missed on an 0-2 fastball for strike 3. 1 out. And they'll bring up Johnny Lucadello, who also singled in the first. Pitch to Lucadello. Fly ball to center. DiMaggio retreats. Makes the catch. Berardino goes back to first, and there's 2 out. For Wally Judnick, who struck out his first time up. 1 of 2 strikeouts for Houston so far. Tex delivers, and there is a line drive to left. Williams has it measured, and that retires the side. Another hit for the Browns, but they can't do anything with it. After 2.5, it's 4-0 Boston. Bobby Dorr, Rudy York, and Don DiMaggio here in the third. Bobby doubled home 2 runs in the first, 1 for 1, and would score. Jack Kramer's pitch, fly ball to right. Grace, he's got it, 1 out. Computer a bit slow recording this. Here's Rudy York. Rudy singled and scored in the first. Bottom of the third here at Fenway Park, 4-0 Sox. Here's the pitch. York pops that one up first base side. Stevens stares into the sunlight and makes the catch for the second out. So that brings up DiMaggio. Sac fly for Damia's first time up 0 for 1. Until the mid-50s, that was considered an at-bat. It is not considered an at-bat now. Ground ball at the middle. Berardino by the bag. Steers it. Throws it over to Stevens to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. So after a very rough first, Kramer has settled right in there. It's 4-0 Boston as we go to the fourth. Glenn McQuillan, Chrisman, and Stevens here in the fourth for St. Louis. McQuillan 0 for 1. Houston delivers, and there's a ground ball base hit left side. So the Browns have had their share of hits. That's 6 now, but have put nothing up in the run column. Chrisman, the batter. Mark is 0 for 1. Played for the Tigers for a while. Tex delivers, and there is a fly ball right center. DiMaggio has time and makes the catch for the out. McQuillan retreats back to first. 1 out for Chuck Stevens, who is 1 for 1. Mancuso and Kramer to follow. Kramer if the inning is extended. Stevens singled his first time up. Tex delivers. Got him! Strike 3, an 0-2 pitch on the inside corner for strike 3. Fastball at 87. And that'll bring up Frank Mancuso. The only ever timing of a pitch I've seen, there's a clip of Bob Feller, who just threw so hard and was really the only strikeout pitcher around the war years. Red Ruffing struck out his fair share too, but no one at the rate of Feller. And what they did was they ran a motorcycle as he threw a ball through a pane of glass to see if it could beat the motorcycle, and I believe they could time the motorcycle, and I'm blanking on how hard he threw. But it was hard enough that they actually wanted to measure it. Radar guns would have been non-existent, at least in public hands in 1946. All that to tell you that Mancuso draws a walk. So McQuillan moves to second. Mancuso had a full count pitch high in his face, so that'll bring up Jack Kramer, who's 0 for 1. Houston delivers, and he draws a walk. So the bases are now loaded on a full count pitch. So that's 66 pitches for Tex through 3 2/3. As the Browns start their third time through the lineup, he's allowed 6 hits, no runs. Walked 2 and struck out 3. Both the walks coming in this inning. Johnny Berardino has not been retired today. He's singled twice. And that picture looks like it could be from any 80s softball team, doesn't it? Waiting for that mustache to come in. Here's the pitch. Berardino hits a grounder to third. Pellegrini swings it over, and that retires the side. So the Browns will leave them loaded. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. After 3.5, it's the Red Sox 4, the Browns nothing. So Wagner, Pellegrini, and Houston here for the Sox in the fourth. Wagner walked 1 of 2 allowed by Kramer. Wagner, grounder up the middle, comebacker to Kramer, throws it over to Stevens, and that's the first out. So here's Pellegrini. And an RBI single his first time up. He has 12 RBIs on the year. He only had 4 in real life. Kramer delivers. Got him on a 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed strike 3. That'll bring up Houston with 2 out. He's 0 for 1. Pitch to Tex. Here's a chopper down to third. Lucadello over to Stevens, and that retires the side. So Kramer, I believe, was retired the last 9 men he's faced. Nothing across for Boston here in the fourth. After 4, it's 4-0. So Joe Grace, Lucadello, and Walt Judnick coming up for the Browns here in the fifth. Yankee Stadium on Friday for the Sox and the Yankees. Not their first meeting of the year, but that's what we shall have for you. Technically a day game. As we continue with games for the Red Sox every Tuesday and Friday from 1946 on the Retro Sports Network. So if I play the game on a Tuesday or Friday, you'll see it here. Red Sox lead the Yankees, by the way, by a half a game. It's early. Grace is 1 for 2. He has singled and struck out. And he gets on again as this one goes all the way to the wall and right to the bullpen. Grace is on with a triple. So the Browns have stranded 7. It has 7 hits, but no one has scored. With a 4-run lead, the Red Sox will allow Grace to score. Here's Johnny Lucadella. Johnny is 1 for 2 with a single. And there's a grounder up the middle. That will get over the bag at second, so Grace will score. Lucadella singles, and it's 4-1 Boston. So here's Judnick. Judnick, and Wally's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Lucadella not a threat to steal. Pitch. Fly ball to center. DiMaggio goes back. Lucadella's running. This might go. It will go. DiMaggio just watching it, just ran out of ballpark. So a 2-run shot from Judnick, and it's now 4-3 Boston. So Tex Houston won't be putting this one in the scrapbook. 9 hits for the Browns already. Glenn McQuillan, the batter. Glenn is 1 for 2. And he lines that one right to Door for the out. 1 out. Mark Crispin, the batter. Mark is 0 for 2. Houston delivers. Fly ball right center. DiMaggio goes over, makes the catch, 2 out. So the Browns have made this a game at 4-3. You knew that if you kind of knew that something was coming. They have had so many chances today, and all zeros up until the 5th here for them. Chuck Stevens is 1 for 2. He singled and struck out. Houston delivers, and there is a ground ball or line drive, left center, base hit. So that is the 10th Brown hit. Frank Mancuso, the batter, he's 0 for 1 with a walk, and he's sitting on a 6-game hitting streak. The Braves, by the way, are in St. Louis to play the Cardinals. They will technically play tonight. There goes Stevens, 57% chance to steal the base. The throw down from Wagner, and that retires the side. Door put the tag on, they got him. Not before the Browns get 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors. Halfway home on the back bay, it's 4-3 Boston. So top of the lineup for Kramer here in the 5th, Mekovich, Pesky, and Williams. 74 pitches for Jack through 4 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, all earned. Walked 2 and struck out 1. Mekovich is 0 for 2. Pitch to Catfish is strike 3. He swung on a 2-2 fastball for strike 3. So that brings up Johnny Pesky. Johnny has singled and scored. He's 1 for 2. Kramer delivers, and there's a ground ball to short. Crispin does have it. Throws it to Stevens, and that's an out. 2 out for Ted Williams. Teddy is 0 for 1. He has walked and scored. Scored 1 of the 4 runs in the 1st inning. Pitch to Williams, and there's a ground ball base hit right side. So Williams is on with a single. That improves his batting average to .263. For Ted, that's horrible. For mere mortals, they'd take it. But that's not Ted. Neither is Bobby Door. He's 1 for 2. 2-run double in the 1st and scored himself. Pitch to Bobby. There's a fly ball to left. That will drop in front of McQuillan. That's a bad play by Lucadella. He should have had it at 3rd. Williams moves all the way to 3rd. And it kind of fell in that no man's land between 3rd, short, and left. It was Lucadella's play, but he couldn't get there. So here's Rudy York. Rudy is 1 for 2. He is singled and scored. Runners on the corners for the Sox here. They lead 4-3, bottom of the 5th. And York will strike out. He is called strike 3, so York shakes his head going back to the dugout. Sox get no runs on 2 hits. No errors. After 5, they lead the Browns 4-3. Mancuso, Kramer, and Berardino to face Houston here in the 6th. 3 runs on 10 hits for the Browns, no errors. And they've stranded 7. The Sox 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors, and they've stranded 4. Pitch to Mancuso is going to fall for a base in the left. So 11 hits for the Browns. Well, he's going for 2. Here's a throw, and they got him. He hesitated too much around first, and when Williams just kind of lackadaisically tried to pick it up, Mancuso put on the afterburners and tried for 2, and it didn't work. So scored a single and an out at second, 7-4. So here's Kramer. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Pitch to Jack. Fly ball right center. DiMaggio should have it. He does. 2 outs. So Houston starts his 4th trip through the Browns lineup at 100 pitches through 5 2/3. Not good for the ace. 11 hits allowed. He now is even 48 innings, 48 pitches. A home run allowed. 3 runs all earned. Walked 2 and struck out 3. Berardino is 2 for 3. Single twice. Pitch to Johnny. Grounder to short. Pesky has it. And he makes an error. Of course he does. It's an internet game. So an E6 for Joe Grace now. It was 2 for 3. Hit a triple in the 5th and scored. Singled and is struck out. Houston's ready. He throws. And it's a ball. Oh, Berardino couldn't get a jump. He wanted to go, but couldn't go. So the Browns trying some speed. Berardino the tying run on first with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Here goes. Grace will look at it, but throw down to Pesky, and they got him. 31% chance of stealing the base. Why would you pick him off? So bad base running by the Browns hurts them. No runs on a hit and 1 error. After 5.5, it's Boston 4, the Browns 3. And that's why the Browns were a 2nd division team. So DiMaggio, Wagner, and Pellegrini. DiMaggio still on a 17-game hitting streak. 0 for 2 with a sac fly and an RBI. Pitch, and that will extend the hitting streak to 18 as he lofts that one into right center. Joe Gray should have had that one. He did not. It's again kind of like the play in the last inning. One of those no man's land seeing eye base hits that Grace probably should have fielded. So DiMaggio's streak goes to 18 games, and that'll bring up Hal Wagner. He is 0 for 1 with a walk. Kramer throws to first. DiMaggio wasn't going anywhere. And he'll go home. Wagner. Fly ball. Pop up. Lucadello is there on the dirt. 1 out. That'll bring up Pellegrini, and he is 1 for 2 with an RBI single and a strikeout. Houston on deck for the Sox. We'll try it. DiMaggio tries to go, and it's a ball. He can't get a jump. So the count is 1-0 from Kramer to Pellegrini. DiMaggio's chances increase to 60%. This time he will go. Mancuso's throw is in time. Good throw from Ed, or Johnny, whatever his name is. Good throw. And so that's 2 out as it's a caught-stealing score at 2-4. Here's Pellegrini. It's a 2-0 count to him with 2 out. And he will hit a high fly ball to center. Judnick gets there to make the catch to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit on the DiMaggio single, and no errors. After 6, it's 4-3 Boston. So Houston will face Grace, Lucadello, and Judnick here in the 7th. Grace is 2 for 3. He was up at the plate when Mancuso was caught stealing in the 6th with 2 out. That kind of boggles the mind. Grace, ground ball to first. York flips it to Houston, and that's 1 out. Yeah, I don't know why you do the steal thing, but the computers will do what the computers will do. Here's Johnny Lucadello. Johnny is 2 for 3. He has singled twice, scored once, and has an RBI. All that coming in the 5th, the run action. Pitch to Johnny. It's a line drive right to Pesky for the out. So here's Wally Junick. He's 1 for 3. Big 2-run homer in the 5th. Scored and struck out. So Houston cruising right along here in the 7th. I mean, today you would never say this. He's allowed 11 hits, but 46 you didn't pull him unless you had to. And Houston's not at that point yet. Junick. There's a fly ball to right. Mekovich doesn't even have to move. Had him play perfectly to retire the side in order. Stretch time here at the Fens. It's 4-3 Boston. So Houston will bat here in the bottom of the 7th, and Mekovich and Pesky will follow. Jack Kramer, at least to start the inning, he would bat 5th for the Browns in the 8th. Pitch to Houston. Popped up. Chrisman should have it. He does, and that's the first out. So Kramer, 105 pitches through 6 1/3 as the Red Sox start their 4th time through the lineup. 7 hits allowed. 4 runs, all earned. Walked 2 and struck out 3. One of those 3 being Mr. Mekovich, who's 0 for 3. And there is a ground ball to short. Chrisman throws it over to Stevens, and that's an out. Johnny Pesky is singled 1 for 3 and scored a run. Here's the pitch. Here's a grounder to 3rd. Lucadello throws it over to Stevens, and that retires the side pretty cleanly. After 7, another no-run, no-hit, no-error inning. The Red Sox 4, the Brownies 3. So Houston gets the fatigue warning with 118 pitches. He's strong, but we'll watch as Glenn McQuillan, Chrisman, and Chuck Stevens will bat here in the 8th for the Browns. McQuillan is 1 for 3. 3 runs, 11 hits, no errors for St. Louis. They've stranded 7. Boston 4 runs on 7 hits with an error, and they have stranded 4. Pitch to McQuillan. There's a line drive base hit in the left. That will go all the way off the monster. Williams will throw it into 2nd. McQuillan's in with a double. So that's hit number 12 for St. Louis. And then it'll bring up Mark Chrisman, who's 0 for 3. Tying run is McQuillan. And he's in scoring position. Houston delivers, and there's a pop-up. Left side, Williams is there a little further than I thought it was, and that's the first out. McQuillan will hold, and they'll bring up Chuck Stevens, who singled twice and struck out. Mancuso on deck. Houston delivers, and that will tie the game as that gets into the right center field. McQuillan will hold at 3rd. Huh. He has a scoring rating of 6, or speed index of 6. I'm surprised that the Browns played station-to-station baseball there. Here's Frank Mancuso. He is 1 for 2. He has walked, singled, and was thrown out stealing a base. That's a grounder to Door. They're going to try for 2. Over to Pesky for 1. They'll never get Mancuso. And so McQuillan scores to tie the game with 2 outs here in the 8th. And let's see if they bat Jack Kramer. Pitch count-wise, he's at 110. He's supposed to throw around 135, where he's rated for that. So let's see what the Browns do. He's 0 for 2 with a walk is what he is. He'll bat. And Houston gets him by way of the cage. Strike 3 called on an 0-2 pitch. Now before the Browns tie this one at 4. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. 7.5 in the books. Part of the order up for the Sox. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 4-4. So here's Ted. Ted is 1 for 2. Walked once and scored once. So a single. His average is up to 263. Kramer. I imagine this is his game. Williams hits a hard fly ball to right. Grace to the track makes the catch for the out. Bobby Doerr, the batter. Bobby has singled and doubled, driven in 2 on the double in the first. Scored in the first. Is 2 for 3. Kramer delivers, and there is a ground ball left side base hit. McQuillan picks it up, throws it in the infield, so the go-ahead run for the Sox is on first and Bobby Dorr. And then I'll bring up Rudy York, who's 1 for 3. He is singled, struck out, and scored. Here's the pitch. And there's a liner to left that McQuillan will dive and make a great catch. He charged it, he dove, and he probably saved a double. So here's Don DiMaggio. His streak is now at 18 games. He singled his last time up, drove in a run in the first inning, and had a sac fly. Pitch to DiMaggio is a ground ball left side. Lucadillo has it. He will throw to Berardino at second for the force. That ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the 9th at Fenway Park. It's the Red Sox 4, the Browns 4. So top of the lineup, 5th time through for St. Louis. Through 8 innings, Tex Houston has thrown 133 pitches. 13 hits allowed, including a homer. 4 runs, they are all earned. He has walked 2 and struck out 4. He will bat third. His spot is up third in the 9th. So I think we let him get a base runner and then yank him. Pitch to Berardino is a ground ball to short. Pesky to York, 1 out. Wagner, Pellegrini in Houston in the bottom of the inning. Joe Grace is 2 for 4. He single, tripled, struck out, and scored. Pitch from Tex. There's a fly ball to right. Mekovich comes in, makes the catch, and it's 2 quick out here in the 9th. 4 runs, 13 hits for the Browns, no errors. They've stranded 8. Boston 4 runs on 8 hits and an error, and they have stranded 5. Lucadillo is 2 for 4. Johnny has singled twice, drove in a run, scored once himself. Grounder to third. It's a clean 9th. Pellegrini to York, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We're in the free baseball stage of the ball game. Next run wins it, hopefully, for the Sox. Wagner, Pellegrini, and pinch hitter, I would imagine here. Wagner is 0 for 2. He has walked once. Kramer, 115 pitches through 8. Very, very good. Wagner gets on. It's a line drive right center field. That's a single. Grace will throw it back in. So the Red Sox have the winning run on and nobody out. For Pellegrini, who was 1 for 3 with an RBI himself. He has singled and struck out. Pitch from Kramer. And there's a fly ball to left. McQuillan makes the catch. 1 out. So let's pinch hit for Houston here. Lots of options. Let's see who's the best against the righty. It will be Roy Partee. If you're going to have 3 catchers, you can use them. So Partee is 3 for 7 on the year. 429 average with an RBI. Looks so happy. 315 on the real season with no homers and 9 RBI. Wagner the winning run on first, 1 out. Pitch from Kramer. Partee is a ground ball, base hit left side. McQuillan throws it in. So Wagner is on second, and Partee can just kind of pull up a lawn chair and sit on first at the moment. He doesn't matter. Here's Mekovich. Catfish is 0 for 4 with a strikeout. He has 1 game-winning RBI this year. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. So the bases are now loaded for Johnny Pesky, and Jack Kramer remains in the ballgame. So Wagner on third. Infield, of course, is in. Outfield is in. Partee, that lawn chair moves to second. And Metkovich sits there on the bar stool at first. Pitch to Pesky, and ground ball up the middle. Kramer throws home to get Wagner over to Pesky, and they turn it. So a double play, and once again we get free baseball. So I guess it wasn't a Barcelona lawn chair after all. No runs, one hit, and no errors. We go to the 10th at Fenway, 75 degrees, not a breath of wind. That cigar smoke is hanging right in there. We are knotted up at 4. Well, we won't bat part. Wagner will stay in the game as a catcher. Gonna go with Mike Ryba. Hasn't pitched in a while. 3 innings on the year, no record, no ERA, 2 hits allowed, walked 3 and struck out 2. In 12 real-life innings, he had a record of 0-1 with a quote-unquote save and an ERA of 3.35. So Judnick, whose homer tied this game, or hit a homer in the game, 1 for 4 with that homer, 2 RBIs and a run scored, and a strikeout. Ryba delivers, grounder to second. Door should have it, does. Over to York, 1 out. So on a day you really want to rest your pen, you got 9 innings out of Houston, but he didn't look great at times. Gave up 13 hits in 9 innings. Here's McQuillan. Glenn is 2 for 4. Single, double, and a run scored. Here's a fly ball to center. DiMaggio has it. 2 out. Ryba should be good for 40 pitches. Williams, Dorr, and York for the Sox in the bottom of the 10th. Mark Chrisman is 0 for 4. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, foul, third base side. Pellegrini picks it up. Full count, 3-2. Here it is. Here's a liner to left that will fall for a single. So Chrisman and the go-ahead run for the Browns. Here's Chuck Stevens. Chuck is 3 for 4. He's had a very good day. 3 singles and a strikeout. Here's the pitch. Makes contact with it. Fly ball, left side. Williams watches it go foul. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ryba's ready. Here's the pitch to Stevens. Grounder up the middle. Door to York to end the inning. So no runs, another hit. That's 14 for the Browns today. They've stranded 9. We go to the bottom of the 10th. It's 4-4. Williams, who is 1 for 3, he has singled, walked, and scored. Door to follow, and if the game should extend past that, Rudy York and Don DiMaggio. Pitch to Williams. Here's a line drive base hit into right. Grace will cut that off for a single, but that's the winning run. So Bobby Dorr is up. Bobby is singled twice and has a 2 RBI double. Red Sox led this game 4-0, by the way, in the first inning. Jack Kramer still toiling, and that pitch is a fly ball to left field. McQuillan's got it. For the out, first out. So Kramer, 132 was 135 estimated pitch count. Pitching into the 10th inning here this afternoon on a gorgeous day at Fenway. Here's Rudy York, 1 for 4. Singled, struck out, and scored. Here's the pitch. York pops that one into left center. Back goes Judnick. Williams will stop. Judnick makes the catch, and there's 2 out for DiMaggio, who has a game-winning RBI amongst his 10 this year. 1 for 4. His hitting streak goes to 18 games. Kramer delivers, and there's a ground ball to short. Chrisman to Berardino, and that retires the side. So I imagine with Jack Kramer batting second here in the 11th that we have seen the last of him. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. After 10 at Fenway, it's the Red Sox 4, the Browns 4. Frank Mancuso, pitcher spot, and Berardino for the Brownies here in the 11th. Mancuso was 1 for 3. He has singled, walked, driven in a run, and was caught stealing. 2 out in the 6th. Ground ball the second. Door to York, 1 out. So let's see. Kramer is 1 for 3. Was 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. And Joe Schultz, the batter. Joe is hitting .400 with an RBI, 4 for 10 with 2 doubles. Joe Schultz is best known for being the manager of the 1969 Seattle Pilots and his love of Budweiser while doing that. Pitch from Ryba, grounder to second, Door to York, and that's 2 out. 2 quick out for Johnny Berardino, who is 2 for 5. 2 singles. It'll be Wagner, Pellegrini, and a pinch hitter for the Sox in the bottom half of this inning. Ryba delivers. Ground ball to third. Pellegrini makes a poor play. He can't get it out of his glove. They call it a hit. So the Browns have the winning or the go-ahead run on here in the 11th. Took too much time. Berardino not a speed demon, but Pellegrini just could have played that better. So that brings up Joe Grace. Berardino's now 3 for 6. Joe Grace is 2 for 5 with a run scored. A single, a triple, and a strikeout. Ryba delivers, and there's a fly ball to right. Mekovic has it lined up and makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Al Hollingsworth comes on to face the Red Sox. We go to the bottom of the 11th. It is 4-4. Hollingsworth has not pitched in this replay. And when I read you the real-life numbers, you're going to understand that. 6.55 in ERA, no record, 11 innings, 23 hits allowed, a home run. He walked 4 and struck out 3, which means he'll throw 4 or 5 shutout innings here. He should be good for 50 pitches. We'll see. Wagner is 1 for 3 with a single, and he hits that one into right down the line. Grace will not have it. It's a foul ball. So an 0-2 count from Hollingsworth to Wagner, lefty versus lefty. Here's the pitch. Wagner into right center. That will be a base hit. See, we told you this was kind of a gamble. So a leadoff single for the Sox here in the 11th, and that'll bring up Eddie Pellegrini, who's 1 for 4. RBI single and a strikeout. So Wagner the winning run on first. Nobody out here in the 11th. Pitch to Pellegrini is a line drive base hit into right field. Wagner will hold at second. Pellegrini grabs the lawn chair, and he will sit at first. And so we will pinch hit for Ryba, who ironically went 2 for 2 on the year. Against the lefties, we're going to go with Leon Culberson. So Culberson is at .417 on the year, 15 for 36. 2 doubles, a homer, and 2 RBIs, and the game tells us that both of those RBIs won ball games. So it must have been a double and a walk-off solo shot. Pitch to Culberson is a line drive up the middle, base hit. Wagner will hold at third. No reason to run into trouble with nobody out. That's the 14th hit for the Red Sox. The Browns at 15. Hollingsworth is retired. Nobody. Wonder if he's the father of Blanche Hollingsworth. Blanche Devereaux. Her maiden name was Hollingsworth. You don't know what I'm talking about? Google. It'd be kind of funny. Kafich-Mekovic is 0 for 4 with a walk and a strikeout, and he has a chance to end this right here and send the crowd home happy, and the Red Sox to 15-7. Pitch to Mekovic is a game-winning base hit to left. McQuillan will pick it up. Wagner crosses the plate, and the Red Sox win it 5-4. So it took 2 hours and 56 minutes to play 11 innings. Takes 2 hours and 56 minutes to play 7 now. The Red Sox get the win. They move to 15-7. The Browns go to 9-12. 5 runs, 15 hits on an error for Boston. 4 runs on 15 hits, and no errors for the Browns. No decision for the starters either way. Wow, Hollingsworth didn't retire a batter. And he had negative stuff. See, it's the second time I almost did that. The Browns had the bases loaded in the first and couldn't score. Boston, however, scored 4 in the first, but they sent 9 to the plate. Bobby Doerr with a 2-run double broke the ice to make it 2-0. Adam DiMaggio's sac fly made it 3-0. Eddie Pellegrini with an RBI single made it 4-0. The Browns got a hit and 2 walks and couldn't score in the fourth. However, they broke through in the fifth. Johnny Lucadillo with an RBI single scoring. Joe Grace made it 4-1. Wally Judnick with a 2-run shot into the center field seats made it 4-3. In the sixth, Don DiMaggio got a single, and his hitting streak is now at 18 games. The Browns tied the game in the eighth on a Frank Mancuso grounder to make it a 4-4 tie. The Red Sox had on 2 hits and a walk in the ninth, couldn't score. In the 11th, they got the game winner. Leon Culberson with a pinch hit single. I didn't realize that. Now he has a 10-game hitting streak. And then Kafich-Mekovic with his lone hit of the ball game was the game winner, scoring catcher Hal Wagner. For the Browns, Johnny Berardino went 3 for 6, had a good game. So did Chuck Stevens. He went 3 for 5. Bobby Doerr, 3 for 5 on the game with double and 2 RBI. Mike Ryba, 2 innings for the win, 2 hits, no runs, no walks. That's his first decision on the year. Al Hollingsworth couldn't retire a batter. Only gave up the 1 earned run, but he didn't retire a batter, so he has no ERA. He's 0-1 on the year. Since the starters aren't in the recap, let's give you those numbers. Jack Kramer in a good effort for the Browns. 10 innings, 11 hits, 4 runs, all earned. Walked 3, struck out 3, threw 138 pitches, threw 102 strikes and 36 balls. Tex Houston, 9 innings, 13 hits. I would say that was not a sharp game for him. 4 runs, all earned, a homer. He walked 2 and struck out 4, tossed 139. 96 strikes and 43 balls. So that's it for you from fabulous Fenway. The Red Sox jumped to 15-7 pending on the result of other action today. 1-game lead over the Yankees, 3 over the Tigers, and 5.5 over the St. Louis Browns. We'll talk to you Friday afternoon from Yankee Stadium when the Sox and Yanks hook up there for the first time on our cameras. For Retro Sports Network, I'm Ron Juckett. We will talk to you the next time.